That's what I want to do.
You know what that is?
Fortune
Yeah.
telling? You're kidding me, Jason. That's a bunch of bullshit. It's phony like everything else here.
So it's his money.
You want your fortune told? Give me $1. That's it. You're ugly and you'll probably pee in your bed again.
Welcome to Second Class Cinema, the show where we watch a B movie and immediately discuss. I'm Tom. I'm here with Brittany and Eric.
Hi.
Hey, it's just the three of us.
Just the three of us.
Just God.
I was hoping someone would sing it, because if you didn't, I was gonna.
Just the three of us.
We already got it. We're good to go. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop
the
it.
three of us.
Yeah, that's it. Just the three of us.
Just the three of us.
You and I.
Okay. Good job.
Just the three of us.
Good job, everyone. Good job. Moving on. Here we go. It's been a while since we've done this, huh?
Has been
Yeah.
a long ass time.
We took like a month off or so. Eric
I bought a house.
Eric bought a big chunk of something.
Yay.
I've been on an everlasting hunt for Pokemon cards.
I've been super sick and hurt my back, and life has not been great.
So we all have excuses. Thanks for not sending any emails because no one cares about our well-being. So
Yeah.
it's much appreciated.
Hey, people reached out.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people were asking like, "Yo, fuck faces."
People know we exist.
I really hope. Did they seriously address the emails? Your fuck faces.
No, but that's
Well,
no.
from now on, if you're concerned about our health, please send us an email. Actually, no, send us a regular mail in an envelope that says "Yo fuck faces." $10 optional, but I do want to read the "Yo fuck faces."
We'll read them all. But no, people were asking about us, and now we're recording, and all is well. So we're going to be back at it here.
Back at it.
And so we started it back up again with Brittany's pick, and what was that?
We watched Clownhouse
All right.
A
from
Clownhouse.
1989 because I swear to God I didn't know that it was made in 1989, you guys. I just have
You felt it.
something innately drawing me to that year, and I always pick movies from 1989. They're never good, but it doesn't stop me.
No.
Hasn't stopped me yet.
Do you think it's the year? It's because you were 3.
Maybe that was my most formative year.
You know, because I feel like
Apparently.
I feel like
peaked at 3.
that was it. It was all downhill the
Yeah.
last 27 years.
I've just been trying to relive my glory days for
Yeah.
past
Well,
27 years.
I feel like 3 is the age where everything gets baked into you. Like that's the age you become like a conscious being, right? And you can actually function with memory. You know.
Good point.
So I feel like that's when you actually start to form like all these weird things that you think you'd have baked into you in your life.
Are you high?
Yes.
Not the point.
Okay, so we watched Clownhouse. So why did you pick this movie?
I bought it at Rock and Shock from VHSPS. Holla to them. I always have hated clowns. Like pre-Pennywise, pre-everything terrible and scary. My parents got me a clown for my 4th birthday. Its name was Pinky. I was so scared I cried the entire time.
Wait. So did you name the clown Pinky?
No,
Did they name the clown Pinky?
that's pretty much just the clown's name.
Oh, okay.
They hired a clown. They didn't create one out of thin air.
Oh, I thought they made one out of like some sort of satanic ritual. Named it
An
Pinky.
effigy of a clown.
You wouldn't be wrong for thinking that.
No, there's pictures of me at the party and the clown's like there in all its fucking creepy glory, and I'm just like looking at it so distrustful.
That's
So,
called a human instinct.
Yeah, so I've always hated clowns. This is a clown movie I have not seen, and I wanted to give it a go.
Yeah. Okay. So what's this clown movie about?
This clown movie is about 3 clown brothers.
Oh yeah.
That's a lie. It's about 3 brothers.
Not really.
Maybe.
It's about 3 brothers, Casey, Geoffrey, Randy. Casey is the youngest. He's super afraid of clowns. His brothers always give him a really hard time about it. The movie takes place over one evening when they're home alone, and Casey is trying to convince everyone that killer clowns are out and about, and nobody believes him. But sure enough, they are.
Yeah.
And they enter their house, making it a clown house.
So that's the clown house?
Yeah,
You think they live in the clown house?
I think so.
I thought they came from the clown house. Right?
I'll allow it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Would you call a crazy house a clown house?
No.
It's a house full of clowns.
Oh, that's
this-
a good point.
Yeah.
See, that's the point I thought you were making that.
No.
Because they were escaped lunatics.
No, that the whole reason that our escaped lunatics are clowns is because they killed real clowns. And stole their makeup. So I thought that house was where the clowns were.
Oh, you're talking
The
about like the
tent?
clown tent?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
because then the movie would be called Clown Tent.
No. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, if we want to get a little deeper into the plot, the brothers go to the circus, and I guess earlier in the day they were near a mental hospital where people were like breaking out of it. Fast forward, the clowns break into the clown tent. They're not even clowns.
They're not clowns yet. They're just
They're just mental
just regular insane people.
psycho.
They're insane people posse.
Yeah.
So they kill the clowns at the circus in the clown tent,
and then they become the insane
thus,
clowns.
thus becoming the insane clown posse.
Yes, once formerly known as the Insane People Posse, now the Insane Clown Posse, on the run to go to the clown house.
To haunt these kids for no particular reason.
It was a haunting, wasn't it?
Kind of was. They were like, oh, we'll just pick the house with the one Halloween decoration and torment them.
The one decoration.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
wasn't even a decoration. It was like a guy hanging from a noose. Which I feel like in conjunction with like other Halloween decorations is fine, but just a standalone thing that needs a little work.
It's more of a threat, really.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that whole noose later. I think we can bring that up. But
Do you got to talk about Noose
We
House?
need to circle back to that.
I'm going to circle back to the noose. I've
Okay.
got some real problems here. But I would like to start with a question. Simple question, I hope. How does Clownhouse measure up against the other clown movies we have watched, that being Stitches and Blood Harvest with Tiny Tim?
Ooh, I think Stitches is easily the best.
Of course.
Stitches is
And I think this is probably my second favorite.
Agree.
Simply for the obnoxious 80s dialogue between these like three tween-aged brothers.
Yeah.
The oldest of whom is played by Sam Rockwell staggeringly well.
Yeah.
And all of his dialogue was great.
It's true. I really didn't want to admit it, but this is better than Blood Harvest. I just want to give Tiny Tim so much credit.
Imagine if they could have airlifted Tiny Tim into this movie. Yeah.
Well,
Well, how else?
heart attack on an island or something?
Yeah. No, how else do you get Tiny Tim into your movie?
Yeah, I left him in.
Of course.
Okay, you clowns, cut the crap.
So I totally broke structure for this, and I didn't really write down any strengths or weaknesses.
Okay.
I felt like this was just another movie that was just happening.
Yep. Yeah, no, I've got some emotions that I'm ready to share
Okay.
Please.
on subject matters.
Should we start with the hideous elephant in the room regarding this movie?
Yeah, there's a history to this movie. Let's start there.
And I mean, there's
Okay.
elephants because there's a circus, and
It's true. Oh, the elephant had a name and I don't remember it. Damn it.
Fanny.
Okay, so the director of this movie is a guy named Victor Salva. And apparently he is a convicted child molester.
Ugh.
And he went to jail for sexually assaulting one of the stars of this movie, actually, the kid who played Casey. And this dude got sentenced to 3 years and only served 15 months for pornographic things. And then right out of prison, presumably, he got hired by Disney to do the movie Powder, starring Sean Patrick Flannery and Jeff Goldblum.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
a shock.
that's very shocking. And going into this movie knowing this guy's background just made this movie, like I think one of you said that it just had a film of like grime over it.
yep.
And it was viewing it through this really weird lens of like prejudgment.
Yep.
Not that I think it would have mattered either way, because within 45 seconds of this movie starting, we see bare boy butt
Yeah.
Yeah.
for no good reason.
no good reason at all.
None.
So I would have thought something was up with this guy
Well,
to
I
begin
guess
with.
to like establish that he wet the bed.
We knew that.
But like, why just take your pants off and then like stay in your wet sheets?
yeah, no, a lot of the
I
stuff,
do that to keep warm in the winter. Why are you judging me?
yeah, a lot of the stuff that this movie started with was a little unnecessary.
Yeah, a little
But
strange.
he also directed Jeepers Creepers, right?
He did.
Which is a pretty good movie.
And Jeepers Creepers 2, which was not good.
Which was not a good movie.
But yeah, fuck that guy.
Okay, so
So yeah, going into it, it was a little strange. I want to know why this guy got out of prison and immediately was put in charge of filming other shirtless boys.
I'm not sure.
Because Disney is an evil corporation. And it couldn't be more comical if they tried.
I
Good
guess,
job, Eric.
The kid the victim survivor kid who was in this, I guess, protested the movie when it was coming out.
Really?
And his family like made a big show of protesting powder.
Of powder?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he got hired to do that after what had happened with him.
That's pretty awful.
That is terrible.
That's bad.
Yes.
Yes. This is not a true crime podcast.
No, it's not.
No, there's plenty of those.
So, I guess while we're in this mucky water, let's talk about what we didn't like.
I feel like logic is a thing that does not exist in this world. From the beginning of the mom's like inane rules of how these kids are supposed to live their lives.
Yes.
Like, first, her youngest son is terrified of clowns, yet for some reason she forces them to go to the circus.
I don't even know what the consequences would be if they did not go to the circus.
I don't know either. Like, she didn't trust them at home alone, but one was like 16, the other one was like 14, and then the youngest one was like 12.
Yeah.
I was like, how can you not allow children of this age to be home?
And then they came home after the circus was over.
Yeah. I just don't understand.
I almost felt like it did sort of recreate that feeling in my gut from actually being a kid and having arbitrary rules placed upon you. And you'd be like, wait, no, that doesn't make... fine. I'll deal with it.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, there was a lot of weird, like, I don't know, like popcorn was like its own economy. I don't know. I don't know. There was another weird rule.
They weren't allowed in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Only one of them wasn't allowed to know how to change the fuses.
Yes.
Yeah, that was so fucking weird. Yeah, just the whole like relationship dynamic of these kids and their family life was so fucking weird. Which is what kicks the movie off. And we don't really get any introduction into anybody except for that this one kid has a dream about clowns. Sam Rockwell is a dick.
And the best part of the movie.
Yeah, definitely the best part of the
He's
movie.
so good.
Which leads to the question, is he dead at the end?
You
Doesn't really tell us.
No.
No.
They throw in like this one throwaway line of, I think he's still alive. But I mean, they don't really resolve it.
No, he's
At
just
all.
unconscious in a closet.
And I have a feeling I have a hard time imagining that someone tested this movie and said, bare boy butt's okay, but Randy's going to survive. So yeah, I'm not sure what to think the excuse for that is.
Oh, God.
I don't know. But,
This movie is so hard to assess.
yeah, I mean, for a movie that I sat there and I fucking watched, it sank in. But it didn't sit right. There was a lot of, I don't know, I felt like there was some real gaps.
Nothing really happened.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess it did, but I don't know if it was like understated or if I was just underwhelmed by it.
No, I think I know what you mean because I feel like stuff was happening and then I realized I was like, hey, wait a minute, nothing's happening.
But yeah, like
I thought there was something going on here.
were we like not having a reaction to it like we were supposed to?
I don't know. Maybe we were reacting in the wrong ways, but I mean, I was involved. My mind was in it.
Like when the crazies went to kill the clown guys.
The crazies to kill the clown guys. Got it.
I feel like that was genuinely creepy. This movie does have some genuinely creepy parts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it did a pretty good job on the scary imagery and
There's like a whole lot of nope parts in this.
yeah.
But yeah, like when they went to go kill the clown, this guy gets his head turned like all the way around. And you'd think that it would be, I don't know, like gory or presented in a more forward manner.
Yeah, there was really
instead of just being like a flash and then a dead body laying on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know what to expect from the movie, but I was pretty underwhelmed by that element of it. The shock, there was no shock value to anything, which normally I don't care about, but this really could have used some in this movie. It was all like, you know, pretty scary imagery.
Like
and
little background scares.
Yeah. There was nothing like forefront about anything.
It was a lot of like, fucking turn around behind you. Like that type of stuff.
Yeah. A lot of interesting shots where you're like kind of sitting there wondering like, well, what am I looking at? Like, what am I supposed to be looking at? And then something happens and then it's pretty effective.
Yeah, it kind of just fell flat. But the story was like engaging enough. And the brothers, I feel like, were enjoyable enough to keep you strung along and waiting for something bigger to happen.
Yeah, so Sam really kept the glue together for most of the first and second acts.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank God for him.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to just go ahead and throw out just a very specific negative, and I think, Eric, I think you might disagree with me on this one. I think we may have had different reactions to this. So, clowns get to the Clownhouse, and they're running around the Clownhouse chasing kids.
So it's Clownhouse now.
Well, I feel like I seceded, and my Clownhouse was a clown tent.
Continue.
Okay. So there was one clown, and he's on his way up to the attic or whatever, and then he gets hit in the face by a piece of wood a bunch of times. He falls down the stairs in a slow-mo.
Yep.
Normally, I love a slow-mo. This was a very awkward and long and unnecessary slow-mo.
That's what I liked about it, because it was weird.
I feel like it was because his body position and facial expression didn't vary at all.
Maybe.
It was just like, you know?
Yeah. That was perfect for the listener. They know exactly what you're talking about.
Great for audio.
Yeah. This is just an audio show. That's silence and Eric's, I guess, proved enough.
Just me convulsing in a frozen stare of horror.
Yeah.
So just imagine that, folks.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was stupid.
It was really stupid.
And I didn't like it as much as I wanted to. And I feel like I blame the first hour and 15 minutes of the movie for that. Now, Eric, what did you think?
See, I was actually going to go the other way and say, like, the first hour or so of this movie was so uneventful that when a clown got hit in the face with a 2x4 6 times in a row and then awkwardly fell in slow motion down a flight of stairs, I was like, thank God for something innovative in this movie. Even, you know what? It reminded me of that weird shot in Breathing Fire where that one guy gets kicked into the kiddie pool and he just kind of like slowly like blobs into the pool.
That's right.
It reminded me of that.
A rocking chair, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like awkward shots like that, and those are always fun in otherwise uneventful movies. So I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know.
The 2x4 beating had shades of Penitentiary 3, which I also enjoyed.
Yes. Yeah. No, that part I liked, and then I was like, oh man, this fucking holy shit.
I kind of liked like the little parts where, like, before they went to kill the clowns, and the clowns just heard them outside of their tent. And then you just see that guy's face like peek into the slit.
Yeah.
And then like the part in the attic with the flashing.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to mention too much because it was also a favorite part.
That is true.
But I thought those were effectively like creepy little parts, and I wish it had more of that. Or like, excuse me, they're running to the store to buy more popcorn, and Casey is like, someone's behind me, and you can see that they're so close to him. I feel like this movie, if I'd seen it as a kid, would have scared the shit out of me because I was already afraid of clowns, and I feel like it has a lot of those little moments of like tiny terrors.
Oh, tiny terrors.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Well, like little nightmare parts.
Tiny tense terrors.
Yeah, that like keep you up at night.
Yeah.
Like there was a one shot specifically where or Casey was like running up the stairs and he fell and he got a little dizzy, and then like he looked behind him and then it was like kind of like a wide-ish shot of like the stairs, and you just see the clown from like far away, and he's like running up and around the stairs after him, like really fast. I'm like, oh my god!
Fast.
I'm like, oh my god, that's a nightmare.
Like at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I know the exact part you were talking about because I was like, yep, that's the stuff nightmares are made.
Yeah, nightmare juice, and like there was definitely a few parts like that, and I appreciate that because I feel like even as a kid, like I was just obsessed with having nightmares. Like I really liked having them.
Really?
Yeah,
I, like,
I
wanted
never
the
really
thrill.
minded it. I thought it was kind of interesting.
Like I was always scared at the time, but when I woke up, I was like thrilled, and I was like, oh.
That like your mind just deigned to entertain you for a couple hours that night
Yeah,
it was-
so convincingly.
instead of having a dream where you're buying oatmeal at the supermarket and you see your best friend that you haven't seen in like 12 years, and then you wake up. And that was your dream.
Does that happen to you?
I've had dreams like that before, yeah. And I'm like, God damn it, you wasted my time with that shit.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, I wish I had more tiny like terror parts like that, because I feel like that's stuff that makes movies good to me.
Yeah, honestly, I felt. I mean, this movie wasn't even that long, right? I mean, we probably
It was like an hour 20 maybe.
Yeah.
Pretty tight.
and shorter. Gotta go ahead and say, make it shorter.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was I want to be an executive producer or a producer of something, and I want to watch whatever cut it is and go, cut it in half.
Well, it's only a problem because good movies are fine if they're long. Like long movies are fine if they're good, rather.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
But if your movie is just barely skating by on the like bare bones plot and quasi good acting, then chop it.
You should be forced to justify
Chop.
anything after 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, you know what I just realized? So it had been, I mean, it's been like, what, a month since we've recorded? Mm-hmm. In that month, I feel like we've watched so many new and good movies.
We have.
And a lot of our effort may have been put into that. And I feel like I hadn't watched a B movie in quite a long time.
Yeah.
This is the first time in a while we've watched one.
As we pretty much failed for everything we brought you guys for October.
So we
Yeah.
just gave up.
But I mean, outside of the podcast, we watched a lot of good movies.
Like new movies that we were trying to catch up on. And in that
Yeah.
time, I like just was so involved in that. And I was like, oh shit, movies.
Do you feel like it makes you appreciate different things, or makes these movies harder to appreciate?
No, it makes it better. I think. I think before we were on a straight shot. I mean, we've recorded like almost 100 specific episodes, but we've watched over 100 movies for the show. Mm-hmm. And I feel like there was a run there where I was watching nothing but like awesome TV and shitty movies.
Yeah.
And then I kind of lost the movie thing. And so after watching movies again and then watching this, I feel like I can be a little more critical, maybe a little more, I don't know, analytical,
Yeah.
even though I haven't been. I feel like I am.
We went into this movie with like a gross taste in our mouth, and I feel like it just made it hard to analyze.
That is true.
Yeah.
To put aside like the weird background knowledge about it
Like,
and that like skeevy feeling, and just like purely watch it for its cinematic value.
do we want to talk about favorite parts, or do we have anything else to highlight as far as?
I have a success, comma failure.
Okay, another one.
I thought the Psycho Clowns, I thought they were fantastic.
They were.
They had excellent, like, just they get good clown faces.
The main guy had such a good clown.
So
face.
good.
Tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, they were better than the actual clowns in the movie that were actual clowns, yeah, like at the circus.
Yeah.
But I think this movie kind of did them a disservice by not really giving them enough direct screen time. I think they probably could have spent, in the way that, like, in like, say, Nightmare on Elm Street movies, the real star of the movie is Freddy. I felt like that's what it should have been for this one, that the real star should have been Tree and his buddies.
Yeah.
And they certainly do get some appearance, but I think part of the problem is we don't, they decided to not give them any speaking lines. And I think it could have been more fun if they had done something with them. I mean, I think the guy Tree, he was like a stand-up comedian. He obviously would have been pretty good at delivering something.
Yeah.
If he's a
Pizzas.
why don't you go back to your pizza delivery job, funny man?
Yeah, they should have been a little less like creeping around in closets and hallways, and a little more front and center, being like legit crazy.
Yeah, they could have done maybe some Stitches-y type stuff too. Have them really take on the clown persona. I mean, there were points where they did do that, but it was kind of far and few in between.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we do this a lot with movies where we're trying to like make it better by adding like little details after the fact.
Yeah.
And I mean, That's fine. Because I feel like if they had done that with the clowns, everything you said made that click a little more like a click and made everyone fit into like a little better of a role and like present it in a better way, I think it would have been really cool because I thought they were very good at being clowns.
Yeah.
Just like the men in Deathstalker 4 were really good at being strong.
Touche.
And as we know, that's a good reason to like a movie.
Of course. All right. Go.
Not so much a question as a what the fuck.
Okay.
When they're in the kitchen, they discover that they're out of popcorn. They're like arguing about who's gonna go get more, and Sam Rockwell just grabs like a handful of butter from a dish and dunks it into a dish full of salt, and then just starts eating it like out of his hand.
I forgot entirely about that.
What
I mean, does
the fuck?
I don't know.
Why?
So that's why I'm wondering about this whole popcorn thing, because I was like, was that just an attempt to taste something that would be similar to popcorn?
Yeah, I don't
Yes, yeah.
like. Okay, that's like something you do if you're really high. You're like, oh, I'm out of popcorn. I'm just gonna have like a pat of butter.
And I'm going to put salt on butter and lick it.
Coated in salt.
I put a Rice Krispie in there for texture.
Oh, that's disgusting. Who would ever?
Yeah, that was gross. And silly.
Wicked silly and like so out of place.
But in some ways, I felt like it really worked for his character.
Yeah.
It was.
I think Sam Rockwell made it work.
He did, yes.
He's a treasure.
He is. I just like him.
He's really knocking it out of the park. I think this is. I was reading up on IMDb. I think this is his first feature.
Really?
So, I mean, if that is the case, he's knocking it out of the park day one.
Yeah. Totally.
That is true. He came out swinging. Okay. So, is it favorite parts time?
Yes.
I think we can do that.
All right. Let's do it. Who wants to go?
I have thrice favorites.
I have two. We already talked about how cool Sam Rockwell is, so we're done there. So I have one, and I'm sure it's the same one as all of us.
Go ahead.
No, I would, yeah.
Well, if you only have one, that's just your one.
But it's the good one. I don't want to be the one to do it.
So one of the clowns is pursuing two of the children in the Clownhouse.
Oh. Scares me. I'm sorry.
Tom, I'm sorry. I'll tone it down a little bit.
I'm so scared.
C-word house.
There's two men chasing the children in the house.
Oh, my God.
It's much better. And they fool the clown into being pushed out of a window.
Yeah.
And it cuts to an exterior shot of the stuntman dressed as a clown doing a straight up swan dive out of broken glass in slow motion.
Falling clown. Just hands outstretched, like deadpan look on his face.
Yeah.
It is so graceful.
It is so smooth, and like if humans were meant to fly.
And he just like goes like ass over tea kettle, like just face first, and then his feet like fly back, and it was so good.
I mean, it looked like a perfectly executed stunt
on
camera.
It was the most satisfying launch I've ever seen.
So good.
And the fact that the guy was wearing a clown costume just makes it like 10 times better.
Yeah, gravity really did us a favor.
And I find it surprising that they didn't go the dummy route with this movie, because that's what you would expect them to do. Because this didn't seem like it had much of a budget at all.
200,000.
200,000?
That's what I saw.
Yeah, that's pretty low, even by 1989 standards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm surprised they didn't go the dummy route and they went the route of, okay, we have to bring a stunt man and we got to pay fucking insurance on this guy jumping out a window. I appreciate the effort.
Yeah.
As much as I love seeing a shitty dummy in a clown costume.
Some breakaway glass.
Yeah.
Oh,
so good.
Speaking of shitty dummies, now
the guy who made this movie.
Yeah, fucking dummy. No.
Normally, my go-to insult is suck a dick, but that's what's got him into this project.
That's what's a real problem here. So I'm gonna keep going. And a real problem I had, and I'm gonna circle back to that fucking noose I was talking about.
Okay.
They use that noose so many times in this movie to try and do something like heavy.
But they fell for it every time.
And they made me fall for it every time. Like, so like they start with the movie, and you know the oldest brother gets yelled at to take down the hanging person decoration. But
Yeah, they're one fucking peculiar decoration.
But he leaves the noose up. He takes the dummy down, and then like there's a dummy up later. Or the clowns are playing with the noose, and it was like, oh man, one of those kids is gonna wind up in that noose. And then all of a sudden they throw a what was apparently was a Geoffrey. You know, it could have been Geoffrey on the noose.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Geoffrey put him up there.
It was just the dummy.
Oh, it's just a dummy. Thank God. Okay. And then it was, oh my God. Oh, Randy's out there. Randy's on the news. Oh my God. They go
And
out
we
there.
thought it was going to be Randy because he'd previously gotten attacked by the clowns.
I know, exactly. And so they went over there, and I was like, shit, it's really going to be Randy. And then he pulled it. It was a dummy again.
And now you're the dummy.
Now I'm the dummy. You dummy me once. Shame
Dummy on them.
Shame on the dummy. You dummy me twice. That's a shame on this dummy.
I'm a real dummy. Deliver me a pizza.
But I was like, come on. You teed it up, and then they didn't kill anyone with it. They didn't, scare me with it.
Yeah, they didn't
just
do
pretended
anything.
To scare. It's just like the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, this movie is the fucking dummy of an actual movie.
Well, I have some favorite parts.
I'm sorry. But
Tom, never apologize for your passion.
About dummies. Dummy law. Just to give you a flavor of Sam Rockwell's dialogue in this movie.
tastes like butter and salt.
They're at the circus, and Casey doesn't want to go in the clown fucking tent.
The Clownhouse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants to get his fortune told.
What a pussy.
So Randy goes... So Randy says, give me $1. I'll tell your fortune. You're ugly and you're probably peeing the bed again tonight.
We were like, whoa, harsh. That was harsh.
As he like steals his food and eats it.
I was like, that's an older brother for sure. I didn't have one, but I'd imagine.
So yeah, his dialogue was just gems like that peppered throughout this movie. Mm-hmm. I'm sure I think somebody got called a dick furiously.
Yeah.
Which was very amazing.
Dick Furiously.
Dick Furiously is
Dick
my alter ego.
Dick Furious is the name of a special agent.
And then a legit favorite part that I thought was...
Wait, hold on. The special agent?
Is the name of the special
Which
agent.
one?
You know,
The
royal special agent.
Oh,
man. Yeah. It's whenever you want to keep going.
just, yeah. Okay, we want to talk about the attic clown.
Which one?
The flashing.
Oh, no, go for it.
Oh, okay. So my last favorite part was when Randy went up to the attic to fix the fuse box, and it's just super dark and you can't really see anything. And then as he's like fucking around with the fuse box, the lights come on, but they like strobe. And in the strobe, you see a clown like creeping along the back wall. And I thought that was so effectively cool.
Yeah, that was another one of those nightmarish scenes.
Yeah, that was legitimately well done and super creepy.
Yeah, I like that. Eric, do you have any other additional favorite parts you'd like to throw in?
When what's the youngest kid's name again?
Casey.
Casey. When Casey gets scared and runs away from the clown, from the carnival, from the circus tent, Clownhouse,
From the Clownhouse!
None of us know anything.
No.
it cuts to a close-up shot of Randy, and his flame next to him is like making the weirdest like giggly Valley Girl face, and she's like, where's he going? Where is he running off to? Where did he go? Where is he going?
She was fucking dumb.
That was
Oh.
so weird.
I had a question about that too, but it was the part right before that when he's like making out with her.
He's getting
And then,
eyes.
and then she turns away and her friend like stares daggers at him.
It gives him such shit eyes.
Yeah, there's like this heavy subtext between this glance, and we're never filled in on any of it.
Nope.
Well, no, because when they leave the tent, he goes out there, and then one of the kids is asking like where Melissa is, and he's like, "Don't ever talk about her." And I was like,
I don't think you said that.
yeah, it was something like that.
Listen, clown, don't talk about her. Give me a pizza.
You don't want to talk about her. I don't know, but he was really upset about them bringing her up, and then we never heard from it again, so I don't know what happened. I don't care.
I can see the pommel horse gif from Jim Cotta all the way on your computer screen from where I'm sitting, and I can't stop staring at it.
That's been going for a good 40 minutes. Okay, is it time to rate? Anyone have any questions or statements or anything else they want to say?
Whose house?
Clownhouse.
Say what?
Whose house?
Clownhouse.
Clownhouse. That's the one.
It's a clown tent.
All right, it's rating time. So let's rate it then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
fuck
I'm gonna
you.
have to give it an unfortunate fuck off.
Oh my god, my fucking father.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck yeah! All right, guys, let's rate Clownhouse 1989. Who would like to begin?
That's it.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Me? Can I rate it?
I just asked who would like to begin. Eric, sounds like you're ready to go.
Sure. Disregarding the uncomfortable truths behind this movie, I will give it a fuck off. I think it's a pretty forgettable, kind of kiddish horror movie. I feel like there are definitely some strengths to the movie, like the actual clowns themselves and Sam Rockwell, and they do get their fair share of screen time, so I'm not going to complain that they misuse their resources. I think it would have been more interesting had they focused more on the clown killers themselves and made the rest of the characters just, subjects or victims of those clowns. I think that might have been a much better movie, but it seems like they had the building blocks for what could have been a much better horror movie, and they didn't really apply them correctly. But then again, it's a weird movie because I feel like they were maybe aiming for a younger audience, but by the same token, I don't want them to aim for a younger audience.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So that's my rating.
I don't know.
I'm gonna give it a fucking fine for
Whoa, that's a high rating.
yeah
I think so.
for everything you just mentioned. But the reason it is so high, quote unquote, I guess for me it kind of is because I feel like if I'd seen this as a kid, I would have loved it and it would have scared the shit out of me. So for that, I have to give it some props. But yeah, I feel like it was too scary to really truly be for kids. But then it was also a little too dark to truly, I don't know.
No, I know.
But it was not serious or gory enough to be for adults.
It's kind of juvenile.
Yeah, as far as clown movies go, it's just lost somewhere in the middle. I think it is pretty forgettable. If someone has never seen it, I would probably say, maybe watch it at least once.
Oh wow. Okay. So what's below a fuck off, but right above a fuck you?
Fucking fucking.
All right.
Fuck.
Nah. All right. Yeah. Whatever that was. Fucking. Fucking forget it.
Get out of here.
Fucking get out of here. Fucking forget it.
Forget about it.
It's pretty much a fuck off.
Well, fucking. Yeah, almost. But it's worse. No, I don't want to give
Fucking
it a
yeah, almost.
fucking yeah, maybe. I don't know. I didn't really. I don't know. I didn't like it that much.
No, it was.
I gave it my attention, but it didn't give me anything. I got
Yeah.
nothing. This movie gave me maybe a couple of cool parts. Nothing that I would even probably remember if we didn't talk about it for 40 minutes almost. So,
Yeah, I think a fucking fine might be too high.
Yeah, I mean, because I gave Destroyer a fucking fine.
I might give it a fucking meh.
Fucking meh. Yeah. That's almost like a fuck off too. I mean, we're all on the same.
Wavelength here.
Yeah, we're all in the same area on this scale.
We're like it's watchable.
Yeah,
Sort of.
We're just self-indulgent.
Maybe.
Just self-indulgent, trying to get creative with it.
yeah, but not impressed, and I mean, I guess it's over.
All right, bye, guys.
No, it really is over unless we have any final thoughts.
Oh.
I think I've said everything I need to say about this.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so too. So yeah, we watched Clownhouse from 1989 for the first time in like a month. We've recorded.
Yeah, sorry.
And it was okay, but I guess we had a little fun talking about it, didn't we?
We did, and that's what counts.
It's kind of hard to discuss. I feel like more and more I'm being baffled by movies that I'm just like, I don't know how to structure a logistical analysis
Legitical.
Well, there's your first problem.
First problem.
First problem is I don't
Queen
know.
legitical.
I don't know what words are.
Oh, Queen Legitical. Is that the royal special agent?
It makes it kind of hard to talk about things when you don't know what words are.
It does. We got to get you a thesaurus.
I meant to say logical.
I know.
Obviously.
That only makes sense. But yeah, I guess if after 1 month you're still listening and you'd like to listen more,
Tune in next month.
next month you can go to Facebook and facebook.com/secondclasscinema and like stuff there. You can listen to the show on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, secondclasscinema.com, and followingfilms.com if I ever put stuff on it. And you can reach out to us, as some of you fine people have, on Twitter, and email us at secondclasscinema@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, and YouTube's getting a lot of traffic. People listening on YouTube, that's real cool. Appreciate it. Sorry about the fake episode about The Room.
Is that the first time we finally addressed that?
Our April Fool's Day episode that we never mentioned was April Fool's.
Never said it was April Fool's, and we never actually even said that in the description. We didn't address April Fool's at all. We just posted a really bogus episode.
Oh, we're such idiots.
And then I posted it on YouTube in like June. So there's no excuse.
Zero context for the existence of that.
Yeah.
We only do things to amuse ourselves.
Some poor listener was like, guys, you should call this one Outtakes. And I was like, he's probably right, isn't he?
We're the dummies.
That's on me. I feel like a dummy hanging from a tree. All right, that's it. We're over. Good night.